Sister Wives. Does Meri Brown still have a relationship with Leon? Does Sister Wives star Meri Brown still have a relationship with her child, Leon Brown? It is very unclear where the two currently stand, as Leon is never featured on the show or on Meri's social media. So, does anyone have an answer? Keep reading for more details. Does Meri Brown still have a relationship with Leon? Meri Brown had a decent relationship with her child, Leon Brown, but that was shattered when the catfishing incident happened. Leon was livid with their mother over what she had done and how it impacted the family. They could not understand why Meri had strayed, but eventually things got back on track. Leon came out to their family and eventually introduced everyone to their partner, Audrey Chris. They were planning a wedding and everyone was on board with that. Unfortunately, the pandemic halted wedding plans, but Leon and Audrey stepped up to help Meri with her B&B. After that, Leon did not appear on Sister Wives. They transitioned in 2022 and lives their life out of the spotlight. Leon and Audrey tied the knot privately but did attend their sister, Gwendolyn Brown's nuptials to Beatrice Guerra's in the summer of 2023. Following that, Leon was a guest at Cristin Brownwill's wedding to David Woolley. However, Meri was not. So, does Meri still have a relationship with her child? A fan started a Reddit thread to ask what the status between the two was. Do Meri and Leon have a relationship? I know the show doesn't mention Leon because Leon doesn't want to be on the show and they haven't been on the show since they transitioned. I'm not judging Meri or Leon, but I was just curious. Did anyone have an answer or not? In her last live, Meri thanked people for asking about Leon but said she does not share info online about them due to privacy. She did say everything's good in the hood, and she has said on podcasts that they are close and to Audrey too, protecting Leon. Meri Brown is a big mama bear when it comes to Leon Brown. Her followers have said very vile things about Leon, so that is why she is choosing to keep their life private. Sister Wives fans fully support Meri's choice, which is great because she has not always had fans fully behind her. Meri doesn't mention Leon on social media anymore because people will put the vilest, most transphobic nonsense in her comments. You know, Meri is going a good job respecting Leon's privacy when it's none of your business. Actually stays none of our audience business. Yes, it's just not shared on the show. Leon doesn't want any part of the show, and good for them. Does Meri Brown still have a relationship with Leon? A Sister Wives tale. Meri Brown sat quietly on the front porch of her Utah bed and breakfast, Lizzie's Heritage Inn, as the sun dipped low behind the hills. The air carried a crisp chill, a reminder that winter was on its way. She wrapped her shawl tighter around her shoulders, her thoughts swirling like the falling leaves. It had been years since she left Cody Brown and the polygamous lifestyle that once defined her, and yet one question lingered heavily on her mind. Did she still have a relationship with her child, Leon? Meri had always prided herself on being a fiercely independent woman. The journey she and Leon had taken over the past decade had tested her in ways she could never have imagined. When Leon came out as transgender and announced their new identity to the world, Meri had felt a whirlwind of emotions: pride, confusion, and even fear of how others might respond. She wanted to support Leon wholeheartedly, but the complexities of their family dynamics often made things more challenging than either of them had anticipated. As the first wife in a plural marriage, Meri had always been the nurturer, the steady presence in Leon's life. But as time passed, Leon had sought to carve out a life that was entirely their own, away from the confines of the Brown family's unconventional and, at times, tumultuous structure. The decision had been bittersweet for Meri. She knew Leon needed space, but it left her grappling with feelings of loneliness and self-doubt. Meri's phone buzzed on the small table beside her. She glanced at the screen and saw Leon's name. Her heart skipped a beat. Leon rarely called. Their communication had been sporadic at best since Leon moved to Chicago with their partner, Audrey. "Hey, Mom." Leon's voice came through the line, warm but slightly hesitant. "Hi, sweetheart," Meri replied, her voice tinged with both surprise and relief. I hope I'm not calling at a bad time," Leon said. "Never," Meri assured them. "Hearing from you is always a good time." There was a pause on the line, and Meri could hear the faint sounds of traffic in the background. "I've been thinking a lot lately," Leon began, their voice steady but thoughtful. "About us, about how things used to be and where we are now." Meri felt a lump rise in her throat. She had been thinking about the same things. "I know we haven't been as close as we used to be," Leon continued, "and I take some responsibility for that. But I also know our family's history has made things complicated." Meri took a deep breath, trying to steady her emotions. "You're right," she said softly. "Things have been complicated, but that doesn't mean I don't love you or think about you every day. Leon's silence on the other end of the line was heavy but not uncomfortable. It was as though they were both gathering the courage to say the things that had been left unsaid for too long. I miss you, Leon finally said. I miss how we used to talk about everything. I know life has taken us in different directions, but I don't want to lose what we had. Meri felt tears prick the corners of her eyes. I miss you too, she said, and I don't want to lose you either. You'll always be my child, no matter where life takes us. For the next hour, they talked about everything and nothing, their favorite memories, Leon's life in Chicago, and Meri's work at the inn. The conversation felt like a bridge, slowly being rebuilt between them. After they hung up, Meri sat in the quiet of the evening, a sense of hope blooming in her chest. She knew their relationship wouldn't magically return to what it once was overnight, but it was a start. Behind closed doors, the next morning, Meri found herself scrolling through old photos of Leon on her phone. She came across one from years ago, Leon as a young child, grinning from ear to ear while holding a handmade Mother's Day card. Meri smiled, her heart aching with nostalgia. Just then her phone buzzed again. This time, it was a text from Leon. Thanks for last night. I really needed that. Meri replied quickly, me too. Let's not let so much time pass before we talk again. Their exchange reminded Meri of the importance of small steps. While their relationship had faced its share of challenges stemming from both their families' dynamics and the natural evolution of parent-child bonds, there was still a foundation of love and respect that neither of them wanted to lose. Meri's journey with Leon was far from over. It was a journey of learning, unlearning, and growing together. And though it wasn't always easy, Meri knew it was worth every effort. As she stepped out onto the porch, a new sense of determination filled her. The sun was shining brightly, casting a golden light over the hills. It felt like a new beginning, not just for her and Leon, but for the woman she was becoming. Meri Brown had always been many things: a wife, a mother, a sister wife, and now an independent woman carving out her own path. But above all, was a mother who loved her child unconditionally, and that was a role she would never give up.